So here we have November top sneaker releases, and there's quite a lot to get through actually. So first one up is the Kiko Kostanov Asics, and this is the UB9 Gel Kayano 20 in dark grape. The online it's saying 1st of November at the moment, so I'm not completely sure. But this isn't a sneaker for me personally. I think I just don't really like the colourway. I wouldn't mind trying out the Kayano 20s, and they have like the fluid technology in there, I think, or the fluid gel or something, and especially very comfortable on foot. And then also on the 1st of November for, I guess, Halloween really, or just past Halloween, is the Nike Air 180, and this is in the Hyper Crimson colourway. I'm not mad at the colourway. I think it's fine if you're looking for a black sneaker, but out of the two black sneakers that I've released so far for the MX 180, I still prefer the Dusty Cactus. And then also on the 1st of November, we've got two drops. We've got two Nike Clogposites, and one's a Sandrift and Green Goblin. The Sandrift looks similar to the Orwood Brown colourway. However, the Green Goblin one, I think, is a re-retro in terms of the colourway. Both pairs look nice. I wouldn't wear either of those because I've got the Orwood Brown version, which is more of a lighter tone, which I prefer. But these ones, if I was to choose, I'd probably choose a Sandrift one. It's because for me they're more wearable, but I understand the nostalgia behind the Green Goblin pair. And then also on the 1st of November, we've got the Nike Air Force One since 1982 series. And this is in the premium tan colour. I think there's two different dates for these, so I'll put down the 1st of November for now. But, the materials on this looks really premium, and if they keep the same price point, then I think it's a really good value for money, and they also look really nice as well. Similar to the Flax pair that released a few years back. And also on the 1st of November, we've got the Adidas Crazy 8 Low, and this is a first, release of this particular shoe, and never been a low cut before. And again, if you're after and a big fan of the Crazy 8, the Kobe association, however, for me it's not something that I would particularly grab. And then also on the 1st of November, we've got this Nike City Skyline, and this is one pair that I sort of mentioned the other day, which is similar to the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe, and I'm just not a fan of them, just in terms of their comfort, in terms of their durability, and also the outsole just being more like a cleat. And also on the 1st of November, we've got the Nike Air DT Max 96. Again, this one's got sort of different dates, so I'm not even sure if this one releases, but I actually really like the colourway on this one. I think it works for this particular shoe. And also on the 1st of November, we've got the Crazy 8 Philly colourway. This is just the standard Crazy 8. Again, not a sneaker that I personally like, but I do like the colourway on this one. And also on the 1st of November, we've got the Cecily Banton Asics, and this is the Gel Terrain collection. Just not a fan of these at all, really. I think just not doing it for me. Obviously, they're aimed at more at the feminine market, the women market. So for me, it's not really something that I would grab. And it's a trail shoe with a sort of patent leather on it. I think it's just a weird concept in my eyes. And also, which I think is a US release, on the 1st of November, I've got the Nike Vomero 5 Silver and Black. This colourway is nice, and I'm not mad at it. And if I didn't have one of the other colourways, then I definitely would be up for these, because I think this is a clean colourway. And also on the 1st of November, we've got the Amine New Balance 740 V2 Benson Tech. This one is a nice sneaker, like the fact that they've done a collab and it's got some sort of nice sort of touches on it. But am I a fan of it personally? No, I'm just not a fan of the colourway, and just the overall sort of look of it. It's that kind of cheaper side of sneakers where it looks like a 1906R, but probably doesn't behave like a 1906R. So for me, it's not something that I would be after. And also on the 1st of November, we've got the Adidas Harden 8 Premium Feather Grey. And this is a sneaker that I actually think looks really nice in terms of this colourway. If they're saying it's premium, then I'm guessing it's got nice materials. It looks like it's got nice materials. So I'm hoping it's an actual, nice sneaker. Because I have the Pioneer version at the moment, I'm not really after these. But if I didn't have those, then this is something that I would like to check out. Also on the 1st of November, we've got the Up There New Balance 860 V2. I'm not even sure if this will release on the 1st of November at the moment, but I'll put it down for now. And I'm not a fan of the 860 V2 in all honesty, and also, this particular colourway, just not doing it for me either. And also on the 1st of November, which I'm guessing would be on their New Balance website, maybe on Comme des Garçons website. And it's a Junior Watanabe Comme des Garçons New Balance 1906L. And I actually do like the model, but they've been difficult to cop, basically. The silver colour that came out was in limited numbers, sold out pretty quickly. And this one did the same as well. And this is a Comme des Garçons collab, and price, I think, maybe like 80-90 pounds more, which is probably about $120-$130 more than the standard version, and for that reason it's just priced too high in my opinion for me personally. And also on the 1st of November we've got the Nike Dunk Low Sketch and Exploration, and this is using slightly different materials. You can sort of see more of the textile materials on the sneaker, and I don't mind the colourway as well. I think it looks quite nice actually. And also on the 1st of November we've got the Air Jordan 4 RM Iron Grey. I like this colourway. I think it's nice, and if you've never tried a pair of Jordan 4 RMs, I think it's definitely worth giving them a go. They do look nice on feet and pretty comfortable as well, to say the least. And something that I am definitely going to be grabbing on the 2nd of November is the Air Jordan 14 Black Toe. Hopefully I can get a retail W on it. This is a sneaker that I've been after for quite a while. Never owned a pair of black toes, and this would be my first. Hopefully I can grab these on the 2nd. And also releasing on the 2nd of November is a Puma Forever Mid Septa, and this is a take on the Septa sneaker that came out with Puma before, and it's more in a high cut, just more giving, I suppose, boot vibes, but personally I'm not a fan of them, but maybe there's a market for them. Maybe it's more for the younger crowd, but I just don't like that chunky look, and I'm not a fan of wearing boots in particular. And also on the 2nd of November we've got the Nike Dunk Low SE Los Angeles. I think this one might be an exclusive to the Los Angeles area, however I'll put it on here anyway. I think it does look really nice in terms of the colourway, and I like that they've done something different to the standard dunks that you'd see. And supposedly what's supposed to be dropping on the 2nd of November, which has been postponed from the October release, is the Awake New York Airship, and this is in the Royal colourway. What I will say, I've reviewed the red pair, and the materials on these are really nice, and the execution is really nice, so I'm kind of looking forward to these, and definitely would like to try and get a pair if I can. However, I might wait and see if they pop up on sale. And on the 4th of November we've also got this Nike Shox R4 Premium. It seems to be designed by Korea, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it's been designed by some boutiques in Korea. I actually think out of all the Shox that have been coming out, this one does actually look really nice, and again it's got premium on the tag, and the materials do look quite premium on there, so, and the colourway looks nice as well in my eyes. So I think out of all the Shox that I've seen, the colourway is nice. I'm just not a fan of Shox in general. And also on the 5th of November we've got the New Balance Numeric 480, and this is a collab with the chocolate skateboards, and I think some skate shops have already released these. I actually like the look of these, and I've been wearing my 480 303 ones that I've got, and they're actually really nice. And I think if you're after a pair, you want something different to a dunk, these actually feel really nice on foot. Not amazing, but kind of a bit better quality than an SB dunk in my opinion. And also on the 5th of November we've got the Nike Air 180 Beetlejuice, and this one seems to be, from what is confirmed by Sneaker Files, to be a Beetlejuice I suppose inspiration. And also on the lace tips it's got the stripy colour scheme with white and black, which is similar to Beetlejuice, so it's on the lace ends, which is quite cool actually, and a nice nod to Beetlejuice. And also on the 5th of November we've got the Simpsons Adidas Rivalry Row Werewolf Flanders, and I think this was supposed to release during Halloween, but it looks like it will be releasing just after. A lot of extras on this sneaker, and I'm not really a fan of the way it looks personally, but someone out there might be a Simpsons fan. And also on the 6th of November we've got the 100 Thieves Adidas Pelos Heels collection. I'm not sure what the sneaker model is on this, because it says it's been bought out from the archive, but it doesn't kind of state what the model is. I don't think it's called Palace Heels, so I'm not sure myself, but very average. There's also a red colourway of this. And on the 7th of November we've got the Nike MX1 86 BRS, and this is a I suppose the colorway is a re-release of an old Air Max 187 model that released sort of mid, I think 2010s. And for me, I'm just not really a fan of this particular colorway. I think it's just not doing it for me. And you have to be careful when you buy like an Air Max 186 because some of them are hit and miss with their comfort. And also on the 7th of November, we've got the Celery Banbury New Balance 530. And this one is one of those sneakers that I'm just not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the way the 530 looks, and this one, the colorway is not doing it for me. But someone out there probably would probably grab these, and into sort of Celery Banbury stuff, then you probably want to grab these. But for me, I'm just not a fan of them personally. And also on the 9th of November, we've got the Air Jordan 9 Olive, and this is a really nice colorway. And the Jordan 9 isn't the most, I suppose, comfortable sneakers when you compare it to other Jordan sneakers, and it's kind of more boot-like really. And this one probably suits, the colorway is pretty much a perfect match in my eyes for the silhouette itself. And also on the 9th of November, we've got the Nike Dunk High Wu-Tang. I think this one is kind of, I suppose, growing on me slightly because of the storytelling that's behind it, but it's not something that I would grab personally, in all honesty. I think the colorway is not something that I would wear, but I understand for all those sort of Wu-Tang heads out there will definitely be up for these. And the 11th of November, the Air Jordan 11 Bred Velvet. This is one of those sneakers that I'm not sure why it's been released, but it seems to be. And obviously it's aimed at the women. But for me, maybe they should have done a different colorway on this instead of using the Bred as a kind of colorway for this. And also on the 11th of November, we've got the Adidas OG Clock Pack. And this is coming in this sort of blue colorway, and it's got the bead style, which has come in the gazelle that they've done already with some of the couple of different collabs, like I think it was called the Bluebird and the Halo Ivory. And then this one is, I suppose, more of a wintry take versus the other ones, because the other ones had more of a textile material, like a hemp material, whilst this one's got, which looks to me like leather or suede. And there's also a black version of this as well that's coming out. And also on the 13th of November, we've got the Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack, and I think it's called the T-Rex. And out of all the colourways that I've seen, again, this is probably the best one that I've seen in terms of the colourways, and I'll be going for them, but I expect not to get them because they've been kind of pumping them out in sort of limited numbers. So, yeah, I think it would be another difficult one to get. And also on the 15th of November, we've got the Nike Air Max TL 2.5 Phantom. Out of all the Air Max TLs that I've seen so far, this one's actually a really nice colourway, and I think it's maybe one of the OG colourways, I'm not sure. But I know there's also a Vault colourway that's going to be coming out. But I'm not sure how they will be on foot. If they're similar to the Air Max 97, then I'm probably, wait until they maybe go on sale. And on the 16th of November, the Air Jordan 4 Fear. The colourway is nice on these, but I'm just not a fan of these personally. I think if I truthfully sort of look at it, would I be wearing these more than the Breds that I've got, the Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined? Probably not, and that's the reason why I probably won't buy them. They're too close a colourway to the other ones that have been released, and there's also been the the Black Thunders as well, or the White Thunders. So for me, it's not one of those sneakers that's a must-have, but I do respect it, I guess. But I won't be grabbing it personally. And also on the 20th of November, we've got the Nike KD4 Christmas. This one's another one of those KD4s. I think they've kind of released a lot of colourways this year for the KD4. But again, not something that I would grab. I understand, people who are using it for the basketball court. And it's probably the perfect colourway and shoe for that. And something which is supposed to be earmarked for the 21st, there's not really been any photos really, which is the Kids of Immigrant Air Max Sunder SP Pack. I think there's 2 different versions, or maybe even 3 different versions of this sneaker. And it's one of those ones where, at the moment, the way they look at it, from the previews, just not too much of a fan of them. I prefer just the original model, but I'll wait and see until they actually have better pictures of these. And also on the 21st of November, we've got the Anti-Hero Nike SB Dunk High Pro. I actually like the colourway on these. I mean, it's just neutral, it's plain and simple, and it's got some nice sort of hits on the heel area. The only thing I'm not a fan of, which I suppose Nike stopped doing unless there's a specific purpose for storytelling reasons, is to stop using the cracked leather, because I'm just not a fan of it personally. Also on the 21st of November, I wanted to sort of give a shout out to these ones. There's been a lot of Air Max DN colourways, but for some reason this one's speaking out more to me. That's the reason why I put it on the list. and it's the Pale Ivy colorway, but I think it actually looks really nice, and I like the fact that you got the darker tones at the bottom of the sneaker, because that's where it's more likely to get dirty, and the upper half being sort of more clear in terms of the colour. So I kind of like that, and more sort of, you know, sort of neutral, I guess, as well, almost to a black and white, and then you got the red hits on there as well, which is quite cool. Also on the 22nd of November, we've got the Asics Gel Nimbus 10.1. I don't mind this particular sneaker, but also, again, not something that I would personally grab myself, but you know, I'm sure there's people out there who would, you know, are kind of into the Asics, but not me personally. And also on the 22nd of November, we had the Comme des Garçons version of the Nike Air Max TL 2.5, and now we get the standard version for half the price. So, you know, if you bought the Comme des Garçons one, so I think, you know, it's a bit kind of too much of the same thing, really. So, you know, I prefer to save money and buy this Nike version, in all honesty. And also on the 23rd of November, we've got the Air Jordan 3 OG Black Cement. This one's a must cop. I'm looking forward to these, because if they're anything like the Fire Reds that released a couple of years ago, then these should be really nice, and I would definitely be getting the pair of these. On the 23rd of November, we've got the New Balance 580 Atmos Tokyo Land, and this is called the Escape. I'm not sure if it's one of those sneakers that is going to be limited to, I guess, Tokyo, but I'll kind of mention it. It's, again, I'm not a fan of the 580s, but, you know, the colorway is different, I guess. I'm not really, again, a fan of the colorway, but just giving it a mention, you know, for those New Balance people. And on the 28th of November, we've got the Nike Kobe 9 EM Gift of Mamba. And this one's actually really nice in my eyes. I kind of like the darker colours more. I don't know, for some reason, the Kobe models versus the white colours that we've been seeing for the Halo series. This one just pops in my eyes, and, you know, looks quite sort of sleek as well. So I'm a big fan of this one. And also on the 28th of November, we've got the Nike Air 180 Baltic Blue. This is something that is okay. Again, it's not something that I would personally grab. I do love the Air Max 180. But this isn't a sneaker that is doing it for me. And also on the 28th of November, I've got the New Balance 1500 made in Japan. This is made in Japan, and I'm not sure if it have a wider release, but if it's like the other UK version that came out, the 35th anniversary, then maybe it might come out everywhere. But the colourway is quite sort of neutral, and there's not really anything special going on. And something which has surprised me, actually, and I sort of take back what I said about the Shox to a certain point, and this one is the Nike Shock Ride 2 in light brown colourway. And there's something about this model where it's like, you know, for me, I'm intrigued by it and would definitely like to grab a pair. They look a bit sleeker than a standard Shox. I know it's got the Shox on, you know, on the heel, but just overall, the look of it just looks nicer than a standard Shox. And 29th of November, we've got the Adidas Anthony Edwards 1 Low Iron Sharpens Iron. And I actually preferred the mock-ups for these, which was just a standard grey colour. But this seems to be like a shiny, glittery colour, which is fine for the basketball court, and giving that sort of pearlescent finish, which is similar to, I suppose, Foamposites. But, you know, for me personally, you know, I'm a fan of the AE1 Lows, but with this one, you know, I'll probably skip on it. And on the 29th of November, I've got the New Balance 991 V2. There's no images for this. I tried searching quite a few places, but nothing's about. But it's a Kith Madison Square Garden version. And I like the 991 V2s, so I'm hoping that they release a nice colourway for this. And also on the 30th of November, I've got the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Game Royal. And I'm a big fan of these ones. I actually think they look really nice, and I'll be definitely up for grabbing a pair of these, but I might wait until to see if they go on sale, because a lot of the Jordan 1 Lows seem to be sort of sat and end up going on sale, and so, you know, I might wait it out and see if I can pick this one up on sale, because I do really like the colourway. And then we've got sometime in November it's coming out. It's called the Doublet Asics Gel Kayano 20, and I've seen two different pairs for these, so I'm not sure if it's part of the same pack, but they look pretty nice, actually. Out of all the Asics that are releasing in November, I think this is like the nicest one, and it's very different as well. So yeah, it's probably going to be limited, I guess.